and then I got fired.
For SpaceX, the first 3 launches failed. If that 4th launch had failed, we would have been dead.
2 years, 200 applications, 15 interviews, 0 offers. My friends are getting 100K packages at Google, Amazon, and I am stuck in this job I hate, making half my worth. Maybe I'm just not good enough. Maybe some people are meant for those jobs. And others what? Aren't smart enough? Don't work hard enough? What? Who are you? How did you get here? I'm someone who felt exactly like you do right now. Lost, confused, wondering if all the effort was worth it. Wait, you're Steve Jobs. You built Apple. You changed the world. You were never lost. When I was your age, I was sleeping on floors, returning Coke bottles for food money, walking 7 miles every Sunday for a free meal at a temple. But you went to college, right? For 6 months. Reed College. Most expensive in America. My working class parents saved their whole lives for it. And I dropped out. Had no idea what I wanted. So I crashed on friends' floors and dropped into random classes that interested me. And that helped how? It didn't, not immediately. But that's the point. You can't see how things connect when you're in the middle of it. That worked out for you though, did it? I got fired from my own company at 30, publicly. It was quite humiliating. You got fired from Apple? The company I built, the board sided with the CEO I had hired. I was out. So what did you do? I asked myself a question I should have asked years earlier. And that's what you need to ask too. What question? What do you actually want? Not the job title, not the goal. What do you actually want? I want to be a product manager at a top company, Google, Amazon, something like that. That's a goal. I asked what you want. Why that job? Because good salary, respect, stability, proving I can do more. There it is. Your goal isn't PM at Google. What you actually want is security, respect, meaningful work, proving yourself. The job is just one path to that. Isn't both one and the same? No. And that confusion is exactly why you're stuck. So what do? Most people set a goal and charge forward, hoping for the best. I do the opposite. Start at the goal and work backwards. So what's the end result you want and work backwards? What does it actually require? What skills? What gaps? Then trace it back to where you are today. That's how you build a real path. Steve's right. The goal you set might not be the real goal at all. And you are Elon Musk. And I've changed my goals more times than I can count. You're building rockets to Mars. That seems pretty clear. Now it is. But in 1995, my goal was a PhD in physics at Stanford. You went to Stanford for 2 days. 2 days? Why? I asked myself one question. Do I want a degree or do I want to actually change the world? The internet was exploding. I could spend 5 years studying theories or I could go build something. But you had options. I need the job for money. Then be clear about that. Security is what you actually want. The PM title is just a vehicle. Don't confuse the vehicle with the destination. That's step 1. Define what you actually want, the feeling, the life you're after. Then stay open to changing the specific goal if it stops serving that. How do I know if my goal is the right goal? You might not. I thought Apple would make me fulfilled. Then I got fired. Turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. How is getting fired good? I started next. Bought a little graphics company called Pixar. Pixar made Toy Story. I became a billionaire, not from Apple, from Pixar. So you mean the goal can change? The goal will change, that's fine. Just never stop asking what you really want and never stop going after it. Now we're getting to the good stuff. Pull up a chair, son. Colonel Sanders? KFC? The one and only. Now Steve and Elon have been talking about goals. Let me tell you about the gap. The gap? Once you know what you actually want, you gotta figure out two things. What skills does the person who gets that have? And where are you compared to that person? Here's how you do it. Imagine the person who would easily achieve your goal. What do they have? Rate each skill out of 10. Like what? For a PM at a top company, product thinking, 9 out of 10. Communication, 9. Technical understanding, maybe 7. Leadership, definitely an 8. Data analysis, an 8. How do you know what level is needed? Study people who have the job. Look at job descriptions. Talk to PMs. Reverse engineer what they actually do. Now here's the hard part, son. Rate yourself on those same skills. Be brutal. The gap between where you need to be and where you are. That's your roadmap. What was your gap, Colonel? Son, I started KFC at 65. 65? I'm worried about running out of time at 25. By 65, I had failed at everything. Lawyer, fired for fighting my own client in court. Insurance salesman, fired. I had a gas station, the highway bypassed my town. I had just $105 from Social Security and a chicken recipe. That's rough. That's clarity. I didn't have a grand plan. I had a recipe and no money. So I asked, what skills do I need to sell this thing? Cooking, 10 of 10. I had that. Sales, 6 of 10. Brand and marketing, 3 out of 10. The gap told me exactly what to fix. Same thing. Before SpaceX, I rated myself physics knowledge 7 out of 10. Rocket engineering specifically 2 out of 10. Massive gap. 2 out of 10? And you started a rocket company? I read every textbook I could find. Soviet rocket manuals, engineering papers. The gap is just information. It tells you where to focus. My brand was 3 out of 10. I didn't have money for advertising. So I became the ad. White suit, friendly face, showed up in person at every restaurant. By the end, people didn't remember my pitch. They instead remembered me. You closed the gap by becoming the brand yourself. That's the game, son. Now, how many rejections do you think I got before someone said yes? I don't know, 50? 100? 1,009 rejections. 1,009? And you're complaining about 200 applications. Fair point. Every rejection taught me something. By rejection 500, my pitch was twice as good. By 1,000, I could handle any objection they threw at me. You want to know about obstacles? Let me tell you about obstacles. Walt Disney? They told me I lacked imagination. Me, the guy who created Mickey Mouse. Who told you that? Kansas City Star. I wanted to be a newspaper cartoonist. They fired me, said I had no good ideas. Then I started my first animation company, La4gram Studio. Know what happened? It became Disney. It went bankrupt. I was 22 years old, eating dog food to survive. That's what we call an obstacle, son. But here's what they don't teach you. For every obstacle, there is a driver, a strength, or a resource that can beat it. You just have to find it. How? Draw a line down a page. Obstacles on one side and drivers and resources on the other. My obstacles after bankruptcy: no money, no connections in Hollywood, and being told I have no imagination. First company failed. That's a lot of obstacles. Now my drivers and resources: artistic ability still strong, storytelling instinct even stronger, brother Roy, my brother, excellent with business, motivation from rejection unlimited. See what he did? No business skills, obstacle matched with brother Roy resource. No credibility obstacle overcome by motivation from rejection driver. I moved to Hollywood with $40 in my pocket. Roy handled the business. I focused on creating. Every rejection became fuel. Obstacle: no experience in rockets. Resource: physics foundation plus I learned fast. Obstacle: everyone said reusable rockets were impossible. Resource: $100 million from PayPal to prove them wrong. What if I don't have $100 million? Son, I had $105, but I had a car, a recipe, and willingness to hear no 1,000 times. Resources don't have to be money. Sometimes the obstacle becomes the resource. What do you mean? My failure made me hungrier. Colonel's age made him memorable. Steve's firing gave him Pixar. My rejection feedback said I lack structured thinking in interviews. Then the obstacle just told you exactly what to fix. That's not a problem, that's a gift wrapped in disappointment. Okay, I've got my gaps, I've got my obstacles and resources, but there's like 10 things to work on. Where do I even start? You don't work on 10. You pick 2, maybe 3. That's it. Just 2, but I have so many gaps. And if you try to work on all of them at once, you will improve at none. The brain can't rewire itself in 10 directions at the same time. After rejection number 1, I didn't try to fix everything. I focused on 2 things: perfect the pitch and don't give up. That's it. 2 priorities. Pick the 2 or 3 with the biggest gap and highest importance. Work those first. What if I pick wrong? Then you iterate, adjust. SpaceX first 3 rockets, explosions, every single one. 3 explosions in a row. We had money for 1 more launch. If it failed, SpaceX was dead. My entire PayPal fortune gone. What did you do? After each failure, we asked, what went wrong? What can we improve? We adjusted everything. 4th launch, orbit. I iterated too. Steamboat Willie, silly symphonies, each one better than the last. Dozens of short films before the big bet. What was the big bet? Snow White. First full-length animated film ever. I bet everything on it. Hollywood called it Disney's folly, said I'd go bankrupt again. And highest grossing film of 1938, because I iterated. I had closed my gaps. When the big opportunity came, I was ready. So every interview is practice for the interview. Now you're getting it. Keep reviewing your progress, son. Check your obstacles regularly and assess your skills often. And don't forget to revisit what you actually want in life. That ensures that it hasn't changed and you're chasing what you actually want. But what if I do all this, close the gaps, beat the obstacles, iterate constantly, and still don't get the job? Then you've still won. How? Skills from the failed Lisa computer went into the Macintosh. Skills from getting fired made me better at Pixar. Skills from Zip2 helped build PayPal. Skills from PayPal helped build SpaceX. Every failure was training. My years as a lawyer taught me to argue. Insurance taught me to handle rejection. Every failure built skills I needed later. Bankruptcy taught me I needed business help. Short films were practice for features. Everything transferred. Here's what most people miss. The job isn't the real goal. Really? Then what is the goal? Who you become while pursuing it. The skills, the habits, the resilience, that's yours forever. That transfers to every future goal. So even if I fail this specific goal, you're 100% guaranteed to be closer to what you actually want because the skills stay with you. And when you build those skills, you gain real confidence. Not from getting the job, from knowing you could handle it. Confidence comes from competence. I heard no 1,009 times. Number 1010 changed my life. Keep going, son. They said I lacked imagination. Now there are castles with my name on 4 continents. I give SpaceX a 10% chance. Sometimes 10% is enough. You can't connect the dots looking forward, only backwards. Trust that they'll connect. They will. What do I actually want? Skills needed, rated out of 10. Let me work on it. Interviews. That's my biggest gap. That's why I keep failing. Obstacles versus resources. Let me work on it. No structured thinking. That's what my rejection said. But there are frameworks that I can learn. The obstacle has told me exactly what to fix. This month, 2 priorities. Just 2. Review, adjust, iterate. I've got this. Let me apply to this job. Even if I don't get this, communication, product thinking, networking, those skills are definitely mine. 100% guaranteed I'm getting closer to what I actually want in life. I'm winning. I used to start with the goal and hope that things work out. Now I plan backwards. I visualize what I want and then I work my way back. Identify where I am, find the gaps, and I have a clear path forward. The path builds itself. Well, the job isn't the goal, it's who I become. It's still day 1.